Oh, I guess because the camera wasn't on, so it didn't let me go live the first time. Hi, hi everybody. I don't know. I know nobody's gonna be up here, but this is literally just me getting my footing on YouTube, putting my first live video up here. I really was just going through my going through. I was just on my phone going through my Instagram reels and stuff like that. And let me actually kind of like turn this so you can the lighting will be a little better. That's cool. That's better. Um, yeah, I didn't want to get up here and really talk about anything. I just want to get up here, show my face, type shit. Am I supposed to cuss up here? Sorry, I'm a cusser. I need to stop, but it's I gotta unlearn it type of thing. So
I just want to get this off my chest.
I'm gonna just be watching reels, and y'all just gonna be up here watching reels with me. It might be funny, might not be. You know.
I just want to get this off my chest real quick. Listen, this right here, use this as a.
I will say, okay, my ADHD brain, undiagnosed ADHD, undiagnosed ADHD at that. And he's always, I just want to get this off my chest. Like,
Move on.
wait.
I just want to get this off my chest real quick. Listen, this right here, use this as a sign.
A sign.
Move on.
Move on.
Move on. Get up out of there. Put that nigga back where you got him from.
Not even just move on from that nigga. This is a sign to move on from anything that's not serving you anymore.
Hey, it ain't him. Listen, it's not him, dog. It ain't her. You feel what I'm saying?
It ain't
As
them.
humans, we got this idea, but we tend to buy into potential rather than the reality of what somebody's showing us.
Mm-hmm.
I was once in a relationship. All I ever saw was this woman at the altar. I ain't give a fuck what was going on. You know what happened? We never made it.
Never.
Wasted time. We wasn't supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nigga right now ready to let the socks off your ass. The sock. And you
socks.
run around with a nigga who ain't got a matching pair. You've invested more
that
into
man don't
this
even
than
socks.
he's invested into himself. And baby, if he ain't gonna change for him, he damn sure ain't gonna change for you.
You invested more into him than he invested into himself. And trust and believe, when that light bulb go off in his head and he realized he got to invest in himself, you think he gonna invest in you first before he started investing himself? So what you investing in him for if he ain't gonna invest in you? Everybody, they done taught us women over centuries that we have to pour into our man. This man might be the male version of me. We have to pour into our man, which is not wrong, but you got to make sure you pouring into your man. These men you be pouring into, that don't be your man. You paying attention to what they told you to do? Pour into your man. Is that your man? You got a definition of your man that's not the proper definition of your man, and that's why you're struggling. Because that ain't your man. That ain't your man. That ain't your man. That ain't your woman. You pouring into somebody that don't give a damn about you. I don't even know if it was be cussing up here. I feel like they would have kicked me off. But yeah. And y'all see this back. But I think I'm gonna do this for 30 minutes and I'm gonna just because I will sit up here. I will talk up here for hours on hours on hours. Yeah, but
imagine your job telling you, yeah, just keep working. A couple more years. You'll get that someday. You need a nigga ready by Monday. You understand what I'm saying? Hey, move on. Please, God. I just want to get this off my chest real quick. Listen.
I'm the type of person I be wanting to be transparent about my life because I know it'll help somebody. But at the same time, I don't want nobody in my business because who gonna help me through my trauma, through my situations? Who gonna help me? The only person who can help me out of situations is myself because I get myself out of those situations. I only go through what I go through because I allow myself to go through it. Like I take accountability, and it's like I don't got time. Nah, I ain't gonna say I ain't got time because I be wanting to help people. I just be wanting to help people that actually want the help, not even need the help. Because people need help and they won't fucking take it. I want the people that want the help. I My business's name is I See You, meaning that I see people. I'm a seer. I just see things and I act accordingly. I don't go based off of my own bias, my own emotions, because my emotions is literally helping people. My emotions isn't, oh, I'm finna say, yeah, I'm finna do what I want to do type thing. Like, hope y'all didn't see nothing. Oh my god, am I gonna get banned? Oh no, y'all ain't seen legs. Okay. Be scared. You know, everybody got these rules and stuff, which is not a bad thing because it be kids and you don't want them to see certain things because it kind of desensitizes them to certain things. But at the same time, like accidents happen. And I feel like this day and age is weird because nobody wants to. It's weird. Things are becoming taboo. That is normal humanity. Mistakes. Life being in danger. That's not a mistake. That's. I mean, it's a mistake, but it's one of those mistakes where it's like, hey, you need some consequences because if you do that shit again, I gotta stop cussing. If you do that stuff again, it's not gonna end well for nobody. Not you, not the person you're doing it to, whatever. So yeah, some mistakes. And I'm a rambler. I have one idea and I'll jump to the next idea and I just yeah. But,
This right here, use this as a sign. Move on.
all right, this say well your bestie said I have tea followed by 10 screenshots. Just a little ratatouille. What?
Please sign our petition by midnight tonight to stand up to Donald Trump. Please sign our petition by midnight tonight to stand up to Donald Trump. Please sign our petition by midnight tonight to stand.
Why do we gotta sign? My thing, bro. Why do we have to sign some fucking paperwork to stand up to this nigga? Stand up to
sign our petition by midnight tonight to stand up to Donald
All right,
Trump.
Sorry.
Please.
Let me
I'm
stop.
going to take you on a bit of an adventure.
Too
here,
much, right?
This
Too
is
much.
the female reproductive system as you usually see it, and it's kind of splayed out with the ovaries and the uterine tubes on either side.
Yeah.
And this isn't exactly wrong; it's just not packaged correctly. Because when it's mint in the box, it looks a lot more like this. Everything is much closer together, and this
it's like this,
down
but it's really
lower
like
than
this.
you probably think it does. Like so
Lower?
low that this is part of your colon, and your rectum is
butt?
actually right in here. All right, here's
I mean,
a warning.
yeah,
I'm going to
like,
switch to an actual anatomical image. If
I don't
you're
even
not
have
into that kind of thing,
left,
you
right
might want to
over.
swipe. And so even in this image,
Right.
you'll see things look like they're more spread out. That is because you kind of have to inflate this area with air, spread everything out so you can take these kind of pictures. And another quick anatomy thing is that everything you're seeing here is much smaller than you think it is.
Wow, look at that.
All right, I went tiny
and then
so
the
you
baby
can kind
girls
of take this all in.
Oh, wait, no.
But a few quick things. The ovary and the uterine tube are not actually connected, so eggs can just go floating off in this area. And that is how in one urban legend kind of got started, is that the uterine tube, the fallopian tube, can like reach over to the other ovary. That is not actual, that does not happen. They're not like muscular arms that move around inside of you. But if you have an egg over here, it can actually traverse this area and get picked up in the other side. Another thing that can happen is, well, not can, it does happen, is when you have intercourse, those little tadpoles can actually come up these fallopian tubes and end up all up inside of here. That is actually how abdominal ectopic pregnancies can happen.
And I've had one of those.
Another thing that can happen because of this not being a closed system is that when you have your period, you can actually get retrograde menstruation that will, the blood will flow up through here and enter the pelvic cavity. That can cause an inflammatory process, and if you combine that with period hormones, you will know sort of the origin of period poos. Another quick anatomy thing is that right here you're looking down on the top of the uterus. Directly below that is going to be the bladder, and then below the bladder is actually the vagina. And in this picture, the vagina is actually headed out, kind of down and out this way. This 3D view will show you a little better what I'm actually talking about there. Hopefully this has been helpful for you.
Oh, wow. This man just told me about my own vagina.
As always, thanks for learning with me. And if you've got a question, you know what to do. I'm going to take you on a bit of
period
an adventure
poops.
here.
Wait, do I know what period poops are? That's not the I'm on my period right now, actually. That's a little too much information. But when you're in period, you got period poop. I guess I don't know.
Box.
I'm sending it to myself. It's like one of those stretches that make you cry because it's kind of like,
maybe you should try an app called Duet. You're what? I meant my.
No. My uncle got me lace. and just got out the hospital. So he on the porch. I walk past him. He gon' jump back and say, "Stand back, don't get too close, I'ma spill." And I'm like, "What the F?" So I go in that house. My granny crying. I'm like, "What's wrong?" She gon' wipe her nose and say, "He think he a glass of orange juice." What? How a man be on the phone with me because I'm funny? I be like, oh my God.
When I tell you social media is not for the fucking weak, it is not for the weak, and it is comical. But some of the things that I find that's comical is that a lot of you weren't taught for every action there's a reaction. So some young lady commented on one of my videos and said, "Oh, you should be glad that you have a space to come on and say whatever you're saying because we created social media." And I had to tap baby girl on her shoulder and say, "You didn't create social media. Social media was created in 1997 when you were born. That's the start of the Gen Z. That's when you were born. And when MySpace came out, you were 5. What did you create? Now you can say things like we popularized it, but you didn't create shit."
At all.
Then another individual was going to say how I dress like I'm a Gen Z. I had to tap him on his shoulder. "Sweetheart, you want to go back 25 years? I've been dressing like this. And how do I dress like I'm a Gen Z when I've been dressing like this before Gen Z were
And
even
I want to say, you know what that speaks to? You know what these experiences of disconnect between the ages speaks to? What the fuck, fudge, we are teaching and learning. Those same human beings that are younger than us as human beings because we experience different life things. A lot of them were young during COVID and couldn't even go to school. Couldn't go to school. Couldn't experience life the way we. I mean to tell you, when we was outside, we used to have Dollar Tree, right? And Dollar Tree used to have them little brown bags. And them brown bags, it was like a mystery bag at Dollar Tree. I ain't gonna lie, I used to want to break that joint up a little bit, see what was in there, see if I'm getting the right bag. But it used to have mystery toys in there. Like you just have a bag full of toys. Dollar, right? Also, and like I just remember wanting certain things. I remember wanting to go to Dollar Tree and getting that mystery bag. Mind you, we didn't always go to Dollar Tree. Everything was $1, and we still didn't always go to Dollar Tree. But when we went to Dollar Tree, I'm on that bag, tail. I'm like, where that brown bag at? They got a blue one, they had a pink one for girls, one for boys. I was like, I want that mystery bag. Sometimes I even get the boy bag because I'm like, I want to see what's in this one. This is the experience that we have had and that these children have not experienced. And and sometimes like I'm talking to people and I'm like, yeah, these kids are not easily entertained these days. A lot of them are angry. A lot of them are resentful. A lot of them are judgmental. And it speaks because of where we come from, what we have taught these children. And I say we as a human race, as a society, because we have people who want to teach these children certain experiences, but we can't teach them that they have to go through life for what they know life as. It doesn't matter if they was born in 1997, 1998. Doesn't matter if they were born in 2000, 1963. Everybody is going to have a different experience because everything is being taught differently as these generations keep going. And it's trickling down through the generations. Like you got the baby boomers, then you got the kids that they had, the kids that those kids had, things that we were taught that didn't today don't matter. They done taught us stuff, expect us to just thrive and continue to live a life, but life is changing. And it's like no one sees it. We're in a big I was watching this video. Um I think his YouTube is Cypher J, but I can't remember his like TikTok name, but I believe it is still Cypher J. But Cypher J was talking about the camera, something that has resonated with me long before I heard him utter those words about what he was saying about the camera. I remember not even too long ago, I was living out my old neighborhood, and they have these speed trap cameras, right? The speed trap camera, I feel like are beneficial because they help to keep people accountable when people don't take accountability when cameras are not there. But at the same time, cameras can stunt your growth. And that's basically what he said in the video. Cameras steal your humanity. They steal your thoughts before you can even think them because you're thinking about what would this person say if they see me do this. That's not growth. Um, like and when I start to talk and I start to actually like think about what I'm saying, my brain just goes like, hey, hey, just got crazy. Hey, like, bruh, it is a lot to unpack about a lot of things. And it's like when you say something, you have to realize that something else can be true in that same existence. Something can be true in that same existence. Like, it's not just what you're saying in that moment. Something can change that, and something can change that, and something can make sense with that. And it's like everything is possible. I hate hearing people say things are impossible. I hate generalizations because everything is literally mix and match, not probability. Kind of like probability, but what's the other thing? Is that probability? Oh wait, probability it's on the tip of my tongue is when they told us like to make the different so you got different choices, right? And you have like an opposite choice like um I would say mix and match. What's the word? It keep coming to me and then I lose it every time because I'm picturing it. I'm a visual person, so I'm picturing it. I'm picturing like, okay, cool. Outfit wise, hat, shirt, pants, shoes. You have 5 pairs of shoes, 5 pairs of pants, 5 shirts, 5 hats. And every combination, the combinations of things, the combinations of how many hats you could put with that one shirt, how many shirts you could put with those one pair of pants, how many shoes you could put with that one pair of shirt, that one shirt. The combinations are endless in this life. People are so tunnel vision and blindsided by what society pours into us, and it's not a lot. You know what? Society pours a lot into us while still pouring nothing. Society pours a whole lot of nothing. I cannot wait till this video posts because I have to watch this back. I know I be rambling. But society pours a whole lot of nothing. Society will tell you for years work hard, go to school, make a life, da da da, have kids, da da da. It tells you to keep going. And then you get to your deathbed and you like, what the fuck did I do that for? Did I do it to give my kids a better life? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I do stuff like that. I'm sick right now. I do stuff like that. I said I was only gonna be up here for 30 minutes because a 30-minute video. This is a long video. I might only stay up here for 25 actually, maybe 20. I still got like 2 minutes for that. I gotta go to work tomorrow. But um society is man-made. Society no. Society is not man-made. Society, well, technically it is, but technically society is two things at once. It's man-made and it's not man-made. That's what I mean when I say two things can be true. Multiple things can be true. Society is not only man-made, but society is also existence. And humans did not create existence. We just live through it. We just adapt to it, and we just change, control. We control basically. And and society. I'm sorry, I get distracted quick, and sometimes I get uninterested in certain things as well. So I'm like, yeah, whatever, whatever. Why is my alarm at 5:30 in the morning? Um, this is supposed to be like a fun thing, but it just gets my brain going. Helps me understand some stuff about myself. Um, I will say, oh my god, y'all might crucify me for this, but I don't know if I'm teaching AI about like woke humanity. Uh, I feel so bad saying this out loud, but at the same time, it's like it helps me. It helps me, and people will say, "Oh, don't use ChatGPT for therapy." I really use it for clarity on my own thoughts because it kind of helps me dig deeper into myself. And maybe one day, as I'm using ChatGPT, I won't need it anymore because it's helped me to a point where I don't need it. But had um I had some things going on to where it was like mentally I just felt defeated, but in the sense of I know myself very well. I'm very self-aware. So I felt defeated, but nothing happened, so to speak. Like sickness and health and things like that, but nothing happened yet. Like I didn't nothing happened, if that makes sense. So I was just like, why do I feel sadder when nothing has happened and I'm thinking about it happening? But when something actually does happen, I get a peace of mind that I can get through it. I'm no longer overwhelmed about it. And I had to ask because I was talking to a friend and they couldn't help me. And this is someone that knows me deeply, but it's just something that they just couldn't help me. And I know like AI, it gets a lot of information from other people in different sources. And yes, it might use water and things like that, but um some it's not I'm not gonna call it a necessary evil, but for someone like me who needs the help, and therapy has helped me, but sometimes I just want to sit in my own space. I'm a type of person where I like being alone, and when I'm alone, I feel my most strength because I see myself. And a lot of when I'm around other people, a lot of times people don't. It feels like people don't see me. They could care about me, but I even came to the like my friend. I love her dearly, and even sometimes she doesn't understand exactly where I'm coming from, type of emotion. But sorry, y'all, I'm getting distracted by the little buttons. Even sometimes she and I tell her everything, um, and because I trust her, and we're soulmates. Because she sees my soul, she doesn't just see Jessica, or she doesn't just see what everybody else sees when they're like, oh, she's a person she's a stranger. Like that's my sister. She's not a stranger to me. She's my soulmate. I love her. But even with feeling so deeply about a person, there's going to be something where there's a miscommunication only because we are different. We are the same. We are soulmates, but we are different. We have different experiences that the universe has allowed us to go through so that when I go through something or when she goes through something, we're not going through the same experience. It just doesn't work like that for you to go through the same exact experience as somebody else. You might have things where you can relate on, but at the end of the day, that's a different person. That's not you. I'm me. I can't think for her. She can't think for me. I have to think for myself. Um, but Chat GPT kind of helps me think for myself. That sounds horrible, right? Because you hear everybody talk about, oh, don't use it. But this is how I use Chat GPT. I asked it, I said, why do I get sad before something bad happens? But when something bad has actually happened and I have to navigate through it, I don't feel as overwhelmed. This is where it starts to really like trigger me into growth. I ain't gonna say quote unquote because it's growth. Um, Other times when I'm alone, sometimes I feel lonely. But as I start to appreciate my mind for what it is, I feel less and less lonely. I feel more so um, grateful that I can get through times of loneliness because times of loneliness are inevitable. Especially as human, we thrive under connection because we're human. And like I said, I have my soulmates, so I love them to be able to talk to them whenever I'm just like damn, and they see me. So I might have said a whole lot of nothing, but yeah, back to ChatGPT. It says that's a deeply self-aware question, and it actually points to something emotionally intelligent about how I process life. Um, then they start to make little guesses. In my point of view, it seems like little guesses, but they always read me for filth for some reason. Because I guess the words that I'm using, it makes sense to what they need to say in return. Like, oh, you feel this way because of this. And it's like, how do you know that? Because based off how everybody else use it, and I might be teaching AI some deeply woke shit, and I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but who knows what I'm supposed to bring to the universe. But this is what this shit is helping me get through, and it's keeping me with a peace of mind. It's keeping me, helping me, pay, it's helping me give myself grace that I take it step by step. I take it day by day, and the path that I'm taking is the path that I'm supposed to be on. It just gives me some validation because ChatGPT is not telling me what I want to hear. It's telling me what I need to hear because I feel lost sometimes. And sometimes humans will not grasp that because they are their own human. ChatGPT is something that talks to millions of people, so it picks up on some different ideas, and I kind of like that. Like AI is a little funny acting when you use it for wrong, but when you use it for self reflection, I don't see a problem with that. Definitely keep your human connections because human connection is all we have as humans. Everything else is man made. The things that we have when all of this fails is each other. But I digress. Um, so it said, here's what's likely happening. Before it happens, anticipatory anxiety. That hit home with me because before something happens, I will be in my head, just heart beating fast, palms sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. Like I'm like, what I'm gonna do? Like I'm trying to plan before the plan. I'm trying to plan before something bad even happens, and it gives me anxiety. Right? I can't never plan ahead because it just gives me anxiety. It gives me anxiety, right? So when you're waiting for something bad to happen, or you can feel it coming, even subtly, you're sitting in uncertainty. That's an emotion, a human emotion of uncertainty, meaning I'm sitting in a place of what will happen. I'm questioning it a lot. I question things a lot. So I'm like, every time I'm going through something, I'm like, before something, I can feel it. I feel the anxiety. I feel my hypervigilance bracing and looking around, asking myself, what is going to happen? And it worries me. And it's like a negative feeling. And sometimes I can't put it in words, but I know. I know. Um, the next emotion that I'm sitting in is a lack of control. When I don't know what's going on, I know I can't control it. I know that I'm just like, what is going on? Like, what do I do? I can't control this right now. Like, what do I do? And the question that I ask myself is, can I stop it? And 9 times out of 10, you can't stop it. But asking yourself, can I stop it? Kind of proves to yourself that you don't want to go through it. And that's life. It's going to be some things you do not want to go through. And you're going to ask yourself, can I stop this from happening? And sadly, sometimes the answer is no. And maybe sometimes the answer is yes. But I will say the things that make me anxious, the answer is no. I can't stop it. Things are inevitable, meaning that they are going to happen regardless of what I think. Some things are just inevitable. And I have to be okay with that. Not only be okay with that, but I have to realize that it's okay for things to happen that way. It's okay for things to be inevitable and to be bad because if I look at my pattern of living, things that I didn't want to happen that happened, I got through it. And it wasn't It wasn't as bad as I thought it would have been. My next thing that my next emotion that I sit in is mental rehearsal of pain, loss, and betrayal. So basically, my experiences, the experiences that I've been through of things not always going exactly how it is. Like I say, I get through it, but it rewires you a little bit. The things you go through rewire you a little bit. The heartbreaks you go through make you not love someone the same, or the friendships you lose make you not pour into people the same, or it changes you. It makes you change from your sameness to something new because you've been through something that changed you, changed how you see, and changes your actions and how you operate. And every day I feel like I'm operating more and more into myself. And that's deep. And I'm not going to get too deep in that, but that's what I have to say about that. It also says that space of not knowing yet triggers my brain's threat detection system, fight or flight. Threat detection. Threat detection is threat detection is that fight or flight. There's a threat here, and this is because humans have evolved from a more primeval world to a more, what world would you call this? I guess less primeval. I don't know what, I'm not well versed in my vocabulary just yet to understand certain. This is why I talk to chat because sometimes it helps me try to kind of get the wording, English, the English language of it. Because like I said, I feel before I even know. I didn't say that up here, but that's why I told my friend I feel things before I even know what will happen. So yeah. Um. So it triggered. So not knowing yet triggers my fight or flight because I never know. Um. It pumps. It says it pumps stress hormones like cortisol. It heightens my sensitivity, and it prepares me for danger, even if it's an emotional danger. Oh my God, that's deep. Because sometimes danger can be a physical danger. Sometimes danger can be like an emotional danger, and that our brains are strong. So danger is danger to what our brains comprehend, type of thing. So the sadness you feel is often your nervous system bracing for impact. I'm sad because I'm like, I feel like something is going to happen where I'm losing or I'm being betrayed or something is just going to change. And I will say, when I say that out loud, I've not always been the best with changes. Um, like, okay, for example, in AIT when I was in the army, um, time isn't kind of like an illusion to me. So we were there for a while, right? We've been learning and just learning military, and we're in school, and time is moving. Nothing is permanent, so time is moving, and there are new people coming. We've been here, it's been my normal for a couple months, but there are new people coming. And with that being said, we have to leave, right? And I know this, but the way that things changed, they had a plan for us to move to a different building, different barracks. And when I say I was comfortable where I was at, and they said, well, y'all are going to have to pack up everything and move to a different building. I was stressed. I don't even think we were ready to move yet. I was just so stressed. And I remember feeling like, why do we have to move? I understand there are new people coming. Why can't they go to the new building? Things like that. And it's amazing how things happen sometimes. And yeah, like I said, it was one of those changes where I think change really triggers me when I don't understand it. So we moved to a building. And we moved to a different building. And like I said, I was stressed. But it's a new environment to me. It was that change, those changes of a new environment, because it was, I will say, in the military, it was a lot of changes. I was 18 years old. I was young. I had just left home. It was a lot of boom, 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 a lot of doing something this day, but doing something different the next day, and then doing something different the next day. And it was just like, oh my God, like, how am I supposed to function? Especially me. I'm a person who does things alone. When I do things alone, I sit still in myself. I sit still in my environment. When things come at me, I'm like, whoa, I don't do things like that. I don't do things that way. We don't change things. We don't, this is my upbringing. We don't just change like, mm-mm. And I will say I'm proud of myself now because as time goes on, I'm not addicted to change, but I need to know something is changing. Oh my gosh, I feel like I change every day now compared to when I first started to experience change. I feel like I change every day and I appreciate it versus it scaring me, and I'm growing, and that's okay. I'm just epiphany right now. But back to this. It says they gave me an example of bracing for impact. It says think of it like standing under a dark sky waiting for a storm. You feel vulnerable, you feel exposed and powerless. You just feel that. You're paying attention to your surroundings and you're like, I can't control this. And you can't let things you don't control dictate the choices you make. You can't control it. You can only move through it. You can only move through it. You can only control what you can control. You can only control the accountability you take. You can only control the decisions you make after. That's all you can control. And you have to remember that when you're looking at something and you're like, can I control this? It's making me anxious, but can I control this? No. It's okay though. Just let it be. Take it one step at a time. Breathe. You have to breathe. You have to breathe. One breath at a time, one step at a time, one experience at a time, one thing at a time. Take it one idea at a time, one thought at a time, one positive word at a time, one thing at a time. Take your time. I know you want it all. You deserve it all. But if you get it all tomorrow, will you be able to keep it? Sorry, I get gas. If you got everything you deserve tomorrow, would you be able to keep it the next day and the next day and the next day and the next day and the next day? If you got every single thing you hope and pray for or have hoped and prayed for tomorrow, if somebody knock on your door right now, and say, here is everything you ever wanted, what will you do? What could you do? For one, you're only one person. Everything you wanted at that door, are you okay? Do you have to ask yourself, is this what I really wanted? Oh, now you got to ask yourself, is this what I really wanted? Because you got it. Is that what you really wanted? I'm going to end this with things that I've told myself that I've wanted because I'm at 40 minutes. I'm going to leave it at this a long time. But everything I wanted, I learned because ever since when I was a kid, I was the type to be like, I want this, I want this, everything I want this, I want this, I want this, and I kind of got as a child toys that I wanted, I got them. I will say they did teach me patience. I didn't always get it right then and there, but my grandma did kind of like give me things that I wanted, and I will say that proved to me that I deserve it. Um, but I always wanted like Bratz dolls and always wanted um I seen what other people had and I used to see things I'm like, yeah, I want that too. But then I will say in my experience of growing up, there was things I wanted that they